I thought I'd come in and dance. Yeah, just to make it. Okay. Yeah, I feel better now. I have a story to tell. Maybe let me take this out. And I'll start with my father, actually, with my story. Because my dad, I think my dad was weird a bit. Because he was that dad who was too involved in the community, or kustrati, you know. He had his own business, obviously, so he spent more time at home, so he knew what was happening. So, being the son of a father who's too involved, you can imagine my life. But my dad contributed a lot to who I am today. He took me to computer school in 1996 because he saw where we were, Alex, that my influence was quite bad. All my friends were into that stuff, and he didn't want his son to be that guy. You know, could have been a thug, you know. Could have been cool instead of that. But okay. So he took me to the school. Every Saturday and Sunday I used to go and learn computers. And this is 1996. And you know, you can imagine how bizarre this is, you know. And yeah, C colon, all of that shit. I was in there, man. I was in there. So, and obviously my dad had his own business. What I really loved about my dad was that he was the first person I would meet when I came back to school, from school. And sometimes he would surprise me. And I'd find his car parked outside the school when I came out of school. And he'd take me to Dollhouse, you know, buy me some chicken and some nice stuff, you know. So he was very involved. He's the reason why I only bought one pair of All-Stars in my entire life. Because that shit was associated with thugs. And obviously, you know, he didn't want me to be a thug. So, when I got my first job, obviously, I bought the All-Star, trying to find out what was the big thing about this thing. And I wore them 3 times, and I found them very cold. I gave them away. And I was like, yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, I found them very cool. And I never bought any pair again, you know. Like his influence in my life went in as intense as everyone who knows me knows that as soon as I get the S class, I'm gonna change. Fuck that shit. Working hard to get an S class and I stay the same. There's no fucking way. Yeah. But the actual reason why I wanted S class is so that I don't have to drive it because I hate driving. 2 is so that I can sit with my child at the back, so we can have conversations when I take her to school or him, because that was the way my dad raised me. He had conversations with me, you know. He introduced me to rap. He knew, yeah, Queen Latifah and Heavy D. Those are the first, yeah. So it was kind of cool, but I was not allowed to touch that stony sound system. Shit, nigga was talking from table. So he was that kind of dad. So I realized that a lot of things that I do now is because of his influence, of how involved he was. And therefore I try to be as involved as possible with my siblings as well. Because you do act like father / husband and everything else to your family. The reason why I started with that is that I'm an entrepreneur now, and it's because I saw him become an entrepreneur and following his dreams, and that's what I did. I remember when he passed on in 2001. Obviously, it was the first encounter with death with anybody that was that close. I didn't understand it. Most of the time, actually, I blamed him for dying because I was like, you gave up. You could have fought, you know, because I didn't understand. I was like a teenager and stuff. And I was angry for a very long time because he left me with a lot of his duties that he was supposed to. Now I have to be a husband to my mother, I have to be a father to my siblings. And I'm 18, I don't know anything about being a father or a husband, you know. But you're the eldest, you have to improvise, you know. So, as life goes on, the biggest moment in my life was when I applied to vets and what are these other schools? Victoria, man. I applied to all of them. I wanted to do graphic design because I thought it was the coolest thing. Obviously, it merged two of my passions, which is computers and design and art, because I loved to draw so much. Then they all told, it's either I was missing a point because I was not that smart I went at school. It's always, I was either missing a point or there's some lecture at Verts Technical Technical, who told me that I was not talented enough. And I was like, I'm gonna show this guy that I'm actually the shit. I was quite arrogant when I was young. I don't know where I got it from, but I was a bit, especially when it comes to my work. But yeah, some people know about that. I was. So then there's this YFM. Obviously, we all listen to YFM. There's this DJ Fresh scholarship that they keep on saying, hey, if you want to do graphic design, animation, send a letter. So obviously the only thing that I really learned from high school was how to write an essay. You know, everything else was just a blur, right? So I wrote an essay, put in some of my artworks that I did. And I remember I had like R7.50 between, it was either I'm gonna take a cab to Rosebank and walk back, or walk to Rosebank, take a cab back. But yeah, I was gonna walk either way. You know, it was a 10K walk. So I decided to go to Rosebank and drop all the information and everything, make sure that it's delivered well, on time. Because it could rain, I could get knocked by a car, so I didn't want to risk that. Then I walked back, and I remember that walk was like a long walk to feet. I was so happy. That was the happiest walk I've ever had. Like I was dreaming, I was like, yo, these motherfuckers, I'm gonna show them, yo. Yo, I don't born as my, yes sir. I already bought like my car. I was born into just by submitting. So I remember, obviously, more fresh, they would call you to like, yo, you got the scholarship, and that period went and passed, and there was something inside of me that said, there's no way that scholarship is not yours. I don't know where that voice came from, but it was there. I remember on Valentine's Day, that's when I got the scholarship, by the way. Some lady calls me, but my mom had this annoying thing that she did, like, you're sleepy, right? And she tells you all the stuff that you need to do while you're sleeping. And you're like, when you wake up, you're trying to figure out what she was saying. And obviously when she comes back, she's upset because they haven't done any of those things. So she did that, and I'm like, what is this woman saying? Whatever. So then we get a call, the phone rings, so I'm half asleep, and there's a lady like, hey, I'm calling from YFM, congratulations, you got the scholarship. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. What? Like, fuck, shit. So I swear and I scream, and I'm like, okay, she gives me an address, then I go, it was in Rivonia, the bus took me to their house. I didn't even bath, I didn't care. I was like, Bona, we're going to school, what you want to say? You know? So obviously my mom just left, and so I called her work, because she didn't have cell phone. Yeah, she didn't have cell phone. So I called her work, and they're like, she's not here yet, and I'm like, And my mom worked at Pick and Pay as a cashier. So there's no trust fund next for me. So get that right. So you see why I'm gonna change when the S-Class comes. So my mom, when she tells the story, so I tell the lady at the reception that tell her that her son is going to school. I got the scholarship. So as she comes in, they start singing Mudimu Moholo, God is great. So she's like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And one of the ladies told her that Clarion called, that's what my mom called me. Clarion called and... Street cred doesn't have the word, but fuck this gorgeous just won't Clarion. So one of the ladies obviously told her that Clarion called, he said he got the scholarship and he's going to school. And she just broke down in tears and she said that that was one of the best moments of her life.